So in this video, I'm just going to be looking at 4 different movie posters that are based around social anxiety or something similar and answering those 6 questions that you'll see on your screen now. So the first movie poster is called Nerve. Now Nerve is about a man that overcomes his fear of social anxiety with the help of like an assistant that writes like a dissertation on him. And basically, what are the main colours used? So the main colours here used, I would say, I mean, you'd look at the greys and the blacks there that are used. The black is used in the text, and there's like an eye lens around the poster you can see, which is quite helpful because of the black background. You can actually see that now. There's like an outline. What I'll do is annotate it so you can see there is an outline there that gives like an eye impression. Mostly though, obviously there's loads of colours in that image, in that actual image, but other than that, it's greys and blacks. Other than the actual image used. Speaking then about number 2, which is the symbols used. Now there aren't any symbols used here, so I can't really comment on that. There's no sort of, like other ones will have what's it called, the institutional info or anything. There's no institutional info or symbols in this first one. Main characters / objects. Now this was quite obvious for me from the first point, was that everyone else's eyes are fixated on the one guy in the front in the grey t-shirt. Well, not the grey, like it's a grey creamy t-shirt. Which would give you the impression that he is the main character. If everyone is watching him, they would want the audience to do the same. Everyone in the audience should watch him and watch his progression. That was quite obvious given that the eye line of everyone is facing him. And for question 5, intended audience. Now this one was quite difficult. I can only gather it from our own target audience research. People that struggle with social anxiety, people that know someone that struggles with social anxiety, whether they be the teacher of someone with it, the parent of someone with it, or a friend of someone with it. And that is what I would intend the audience to be. I think the film is also a comedy as well, so I mean it doesn't really tell you there by any means that it is a comedy. I only found that due to research, so I don't think that it's done well there in conveying the genre of the film. It has conveyed the topic fine with anxiety. We know from the tagline, scarred by birth, bold by choice, we know that and obviously the title Nerve, we know it's going to be focused around social anxiety or some sort of fear. But conveying, that's not a genre in itself, so conveying the genre wasn't done well, but conveying the topic of the film was done quite well. Persuasive techniques. So what would make me want to go and watch this film? Which genre conventions are referred to? We'll start with that. There isn't really any, to be honest. Is the star a unique selling point? I haven't heard of him personally, but I haven't watched millions of films. I mean, Tyler Langdon might be someone that appeals to someone. Are expert witnesses, critics quoted? No, they are not actually. As you can see, this is quite a simplistic poster. I mean, we've only got the actors, tagline, who produced the film, and the title. I tried to look for other ones, but there's no critical quotations for this film. How is attention gained? I would say by the tagline and the fact that everyone's eyes are fixated on him tells you that he's important to the story. I think that works. The tagline works because obviously sometimes you'll have a humorous tagline or a pun or alliteration. None of that's included. It is mostly done just by telling you what the film is like about, by referring to the topic of the film. That's how it's done there. Institution. So what important information does it really give us? Honestly, not a lot. I picked this film poster out mostly just to criticise it. As you can see, it's not done very well. It's almost plain, the poster. There's not a lot of information there. There's only a tagline, title, like I've said, the producer, and the actors' names. So this was more picked out just to criticise it. Obviously, we'd want to know more like the age rating. Is there a social media campaign behind it? Has it won any awards? Reviews of it? Things like star rating, when it's coming out. None of this is detailed on the poster, and that is a major criticism of it, is the fact that there isn't really any information on it. So for my critical evaluation of this poster, is it a good poster? Is the question that is on my sheet. No, it isn't. Not in my opinion. I think that a lot more could be done to convey genre specifically, and a lot more information could be provided, and that is what a poster is about. Other than obviously gaining a target or gaining an audience and targeting to a specific audience, it is there to give out information, and that it simply doesn't do that. It doesn't communicate effectively with the audience, as I've said, because it doesn't provide a genre. Are there any alternative readings which might harm the message of the marketing campaign? I don't think there are. I mean, there's nothing here. It's quite obvious that it's about social anxiety, I believe. But that's just my opinion. Someone else might have a different opinion on that. Is it offensive in any way? No, it isn't. So that's sort of like the critical evaluation bit of it. I've looked at the institution that's featured, and I've also looked at just the poster in general, what it, how it tries to convey genre, what it does to try and intrigue an audience, and if I like the colours used in the design of the poster. Overall, I don't think this is a very good poster, like I've said. Colours used are very bland, text used is very simple. It's not. It doesn't convey genre. All of these things in total don't make it a good poster, and that is pretty much my analysis of this. So yeah, thank you for watching.